live in Santa Clara, California. Thank you for having me here tonight. I have a fundamental question for you. Do you have the right to life? You do, don't you? Well, your right to life doesn't really mean a whole lot unless you can defend it. So you have the right to self-defense. Without the right to self-defense, your right to life doesn't mean anything. But how can you defend your life unless you've got access and the right to have the tools to defend your life? You can't. So basically the bottom line is that your right to life is intrinsically tied with your right to self-defense. They're one and the same. And similarly, your right to self-defense is intrinsically tied with your right to keep and bear arms. This is why the Supreme Court said that your right to self-defense is fundamental. The right to keep and bear arms is fundamental. It's that important. So, if it's so important to have these rights, then doesn't it make sense to make those rights as easy to exercise as possible? And finally, on kind of on another note, most communities tend to approach things by regulating them, by restricting them. But we live in the United States of America. The founders of the country fought a war in order to secure freedom for us. That flag that we pledged our allegiance to is there because we live in a country that values freedom. If you're going to solve a problem, isn't it better to solve it by liberating people instead of restricting them? Well, the ordinance that you're considering would have the effect of restricting them. It wouldn't have the effect of liberating them. And so I ask you, please consider this when you're considering what you're doing. That's all I've got to say. Thank you very much.